Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're doing a Battleground Blitz, and I don't know if this is 2300 or 2400, I guess we'll see here in a second, but I'm pretty sure it's 2400, something like that. And we will have a game of Blitz here to pretty much go over, talk about it, what's going on, and that's pretty much it. Now before we get on to the video, if you're interested in carries, coaching, make sure you hit me up on my personal Discord, Xvic. So not my community Discord, my personal. So I do gold, all that good stuff. I can use the gold any day of the week. And I want to play Kata, but I don't know if I'm going to play it just because people are saying it's a PvE season where you gotta like PvE for good gear. So if that's the case and you can't like just get PvP gear and be able to like compete, then I'm not even gonna bother. I hate PvE seasons. I refuse to play them. So, we may have Kata, we may not. We'll see how that goes. But pretty much we're playing Feral, which is the better version of Rogue. So if you guys are wondering, yesterday or before Friday, so Friday they fixed the bugs on Sub Rogue. So if you're wondering why all of a sudden you went from 4.8 million on target dummies or like 3 millions to like literally 1.2, that's why. Even though the fixes got changed, I'm 90% sure they actually did nerf Rogue, so it got shadow nerfed. Because the highest of its rate I have seen yet is 2 million, and people were hitting like, that's with every modifier and the one-shot build. That's really the highest I've seen. I see maybe I could probably hear somebody hitting a 2.5 maybe, and that's like in a blitz with the Berserk or something. But they definitely nerfed Sub Rogue, and it only took them a day, or maybe not a day. It took them a day or two, but that's pretty insane. So on the orb map here, how to win this map is pretty simple. Obviously, you have to get orbs. You have to get orbs. The only time you're not getting an orb, usually, unless the game's almost over, is going to be a healer. But you have to get orbs, and then this I'm kind of like a rogue capturing orbs. Usually, as a feral druid, you got to act like the rogue, so you really don't want to get orbs, but because obviously, with your berserk, you're able to easily not only CC the healers, but do a lot of damage. And I am duo queuing with a Perez Evoker. That's really the only time I queue. So far, I'm leveling all my other characters because obviously I'm on WoW 2, so now I have to restart everything. Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, so that's pretty much that. So we're pretty much just playing Feral. We'll have Rogue content coming out very soon, but as of now, we'll really just have Feral and maybe something like that. We'll have some tier lists coming out as well because Tuesday there's going to be some nerfs and buffs. It looks like Boomy's going to be insane. Ellie's getting a slight nerf. Warrior's going to be insane. If you're looking to play Warrior, it's getting a huge buff, especially Arms Warrior. It's definitely going to be one of the, probably almost the best melee. It's going to be right up with Feral. It's going to be that strong. It's going to be a strong spec. So if you're looking to play that, there's also Destro Warlock, which is also going to be insane. And I think there's like one or two more that's going to be pretty good. I think they are nerfing BM a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. BM's absolutely ridiculously strong. Way stronger than it's ever been. I'd way much rather have MM be broken than BM because MM at least takes some brain. It's like sub rogue. Like any spec that relies off of purely burst, you need to be good to play it. Usually, like Windwalker, Feral Druid, I'd say you don't have to necessarily play good, but if you're playing like high rated, it's definitely there's some type of skill gap to it. You got to be pre-bearing stuns and stuff like that. But as you can see, me and Presvoker, we pick up the orb, and again, you're just picking orbs. You get up, you pick orb. If you're not a healer, you want to be getting orbs. Orbs is the only way you're going to win this map. And another thing, if your team starts to wipe, I would type in the chat and say, wait, regroup. If you can grab an orb, great, but then don't just run in. I've seen a lot of games almost be lost because there'll be four people alive and they'll just run in the middle. You can't do that. If you have to have at least 8 or 6 of your teammates with you in the middle if you're going to jump in. Unless it's literally do or die. Because a lot of people will just trickle in, die, and then it's basically a 4v8, and you already know how that's gonna be. Especially if you have like a healer in that mini group that went in, you just cannot go in. You gotta wait until everybody reses. It's basically, you wipe them, then they wipe you, and whoever basically won the team fight first, depending on how you guys play, will usually win it. If they win the team fight, they'll usually win. But there's been a lot of instances to where we've lost a team fight. Like I've never had a team fight that did more damage than the other team, but we win more games than we lose. I think we're like 38 and 16 or something. So we've won a good amount, and that was then again we also had 30 of those games in placements, and we're already up to 2400, so like 2400 MMR. Which honestly, I wish they would change the rating gains. I've only gained 16 to 22 points, and that is terrible. That's like that's what arena should be. And especially when you're 2400 MMR. I wish MMR like was relevant and not just for not losing rating, but for actually gaining rating. Like the fact that you gain 20 rating is kind of dumb. Like I swear I should be gaining double that if I'm that high. Like MMR should matter. Like if I'm 1800 or 1850 and I'm playing at 2400 and I'm gaining the same amount of rating as other people that are literally playing at, whatever, it's just I don't know, it feels so dumb. And I hate it so much, and that's why if you're not playing listen, if you're going to want to push and blitz, you need at least minimum of 3 hours a day. That's an insane amount of time to put into something just to gain like 100 rating. Like it'll take you at least 2 or 3 hours to get 100 rating. Like that's ridiculous, especially if you're winning almost all those games. So they definitely need to switch that, and then also the conquest gains, absolutely terrible. You get 55 conquests for a win. In arena, you get double that, and in like, I don't know what goes through these people's minds. Like, do they really want you to waste your time to like the maximum like efficiency? Like it, I've never seen people just so like it's when you think Blizzard can't get any worse, they do stuff like that. 55 conquests per win. Keep that in mind. We're doing it. A blitz is a technical RBG, so you could do an arena win and get 2 times the value than an entire blitz win. And that's two. You need two to just get one arena win, and an arena takes 1 to 2 minutes compared to this. So that is just disgusting. So here, this is a perfect example of us wiping, and you'll see that people start trickling in. So they just res, so 2 people res, there's 4 people in there. They're probably going to get wiped out. We'll see what happens. And for some reason, the other team is so much better at picking up orbs. They like preemptively know where to stand. They'll literally stand there because it really based on stacks. Like, so if you look at everybody, you go for the person who's at high stacks. So obviously here, everyone's kind of not that classy because it's only like 60. But like, let's say somebody's 150, then you want to stand on that orb because the odds of them dying are 9 times out of 10. Just because, they're literally almost two-shot. And that's why a lot of people are able to get to the orb preemptively. So like, if you see somebody with 200, 150 points by their orb, just stand by that orb and it's going to drop. Like, it's going to die almost instantly. It's like, there's nothing they can do to save them. So you just stand there, pick it up. Easy. And that's how you pretty much preemptively sit at an orb like that. But as you can see, we're just doing damage in between, sitting bare when we need to, and we're taking them out. And as you can see, they're trickling in one by one. They should be running away. They should regroup for another hit, they kill us, and then they get all 4 orbs. Instead, they're trickling in. Now they're going to miss 4 people that are their main DPS that are not going to be in the team fight. So by the time they all res again, it's going to be GG's. So like again, it's 4. Right now it's a 3v4 5. So there's 5 people on 4 people, and we have 2 healers on us. They have 0 healers because they're both dead. This is a perfect example of just trickling in. And as you can see, there's more people just running in the middle, and they're just going to die too. It's literally, again, it's my entire team versus 3 of them. And as you can see, we literally just take them out. And that's pretty much how you win games. People that trickle in, if you're going to grab an orb, you got to run. Just get out. Like, you can hold the orb and just get out, regroup, and then run back in. So at least your enemy team isn't getting the, orb. I pre-bear the stun like a god among men. Subrogue thought he was going to take me out. Not today, buddy. But that's pretty much that. If you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see more Blitz in the future, let me know. We'll have some guides, all that good stuff coming out. We're going to do a tier list on Tuesday just because, I want to do a tier list. And that's pretty much what we got planned. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.